Hi, this is Pranav Guha from EDU TV, the first education channel. In students' favorite program, Schools and Universities Connect. In this program, we invite university experts and students who are planning for undergraduate courses in India and abroad. Today, we have experts from two famous universities of India, Dr. Munish Sabarwal, Dean Computer Science Department from Galgotia University, Greater Noida, and Mr. Shyam Kumar, Associate Director, Vidyashilp University, Bangalore. The students are Siddharth Bhatnagar, Sun City School, Gurugram; Ishani Sarkar, Delhi Public School, Siliguri; Astha Luthra, Lovely Public Senior Secondary School, Delhi; Rishit Gupta, Venkateshwar International School, Dwarka, New Delhi.
Okay, Ishani from DPS Siliguri.
So I hope I'm audible.
Yes, you are audible.
Good morning,
Very
sir. So it's an
Good
honor
morning.
to be sharing the screen with you. I am Ishani Sarkar from DPS Siliguri. And my question to you would be, sir, that you must be recollecting the days since you were a student. From that time to when you are now and how far you have come. So how have you seen IT and computer science evolve?
Okay. Say when I was a student, that was the time IT was it as was it at the beginning of beginning stages or the early stages. So at that point of time, if I talk about IT, it is predominantly started from a call center background or a BPO. What do you call it as business process outsourcing? That is where it started, probably assisting people with more with their queries and everything. That is how it started, and then came up the IT solutions. So then we had our Infosys, TCS, Wipros, and everyone who came and who were providing IT solutions. Now, the way it started and now the way it has evolved is, see, IT has moved to a next level wherein it has gone beyond consulting as a phase. So if you look at IT companies, they are generally, what do? They do consult companies, they assist them with software services, which would enable them to do better. Probably a CRM, probably a Six Sigma implementation, or probably an IT services for their sales and marketing or for their organization. Now it has gone a level beyond, wherein it doesn't provide a service, but also it gathers intelligence for a company how to do better. Say, for example, earlier it was we were talking about say we had a tool called a CRM, wherein they used to track what is the kind of business which somebody used to do, or what is the numbers which somebody is doing, what is the login time, logout time. But then now the same software has been modified in such a way, it doesn't tell you what is your performance alone, but then what are the ways, which are the channels you have done better, where is your delivery, how many places have you reached out, all those intelligence has been collected. So what does it do to an organization? It enables them to see, am I putting my resources in the right place, am I moving into the right direction, or am I going into the right path? And this is all done with the help of data, because if you look at any software or anything, the most important part is data science. So data science plays a very important role in terms of algorithms, or in terms of, you have heard about your artificial intelligence, machine learning, or augmented reality. For everything, you would require data science as the base. Say, I always tell my students, through artificial intelligence, you might create a robotic arm, which would function, which has got all the functionalities. But in order to pick up an object to that arm, you would require data science. That is how it has evolved in terms of IT, how it has evolved. Earlier, we used to uh, machines, but then we nowadays we look at making machines, how efficiently it can run. So similar way, IT has
right,
also evolved.
right. Now I will request,
Thank you,
we
sir.
welcomed Dr. Sabarwal. from Galgotia University, I will request Rishit Gupta to ask his question to Dr. Sabarwal. Rishit is from Venkateshwara International School, Dwarka, New Delhi. Over to you, Rishit.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning.
Sir, I'm Rishit from Venkateshwara International School, and I would like to ask you this that, like, as Sham sir said, that it was just the beginning of CS at this time. So, how have you come into CS, or like, what made you think that you should pursue CS at that point of time? That time.
Okay, so I think I came into computer science accidentally because in 1994, when I wanted to, pursue my engineering, so I had a very good rank. In those days, the number one branch was not computer science, it was electronics. And I had decided in my mind that I wanted to be an electronics engineer. And my father went with me at the counseling center, and they obviously asked me, you have a good rank, so what branch? And I was about to say electronics, and my father told me, you just be quiet, and he said computer science. And I we were not as you are or as my son is. It's a generational change. You people express your opinions and voice your opinion and sometimes argue. So does my son, so it's nothing about you. So but in those days, early 90s, we were not like that. The father's word used to be the last word. But still, when we came back to the hotel, I asked my father, but we had decided on electronics, why did you change? So he told me something very interesting. He said that he was a CNF agent of a tire company. So he said, we sell tires and then we make reports whom we have sold how much tires for how much money. And when that money we collect from them, we give that list. And by the time we collect the money, there is another set of orders coming in. So that process usually takes 20 to 25 days. And our cycle is of 1 month. So we are in a constant cycle of procuring more new orders, collecting the old money. And this whole thing he used to do manually. He said the computer has, this machine has come in. The thing that I used to do in 20, 23, 24 days, I am able to do in 20 minutes. So I think this machine, I don't know much. And my father was not a very qualified human being. It was not that he was himself a B.Tech or an M.Tech. He held a good position. He was a CNF agent of entire North India, but he was just class 12th pass. And he said, if this thing can do my work of 25 days in 25 minutes, it will do the same for all businesses of the world. You have to do this. So this is how I came into computer science. The efficiency and the speed to get your output, get your job done, was the vision of my father that brought me into this area of computer science.
Thank you so much,
Yes,
Dr. Sabarwal.
thanks.
And I will request Siddharth to put his question to Mr. Shyam. Over to you, Siddharth Bhatnagar from Sun City School, Gurugram.
Good morning, sir. I hope you're doing well. So my question to you is that we've already seen how computer sciences and IT especially is being integrated in so many parts of, any field that we talk about, from finance to science to medical to so many things. But as a student personally, I feel that there's still so much we can do to integrate it into our education. So how do you think that we can, bridge this gap between what we're seeing happening in the real businesses and in our economy and to our education, which still lags behind due to financial reasons and resource reasons, you could say?
Thank you, Siddharth. Pranav, can I just share my screen for a minute?
Sure.
Students, could you please allow me permission to share my screen?
Sir, you have the access. Are you not able to, sir?
No, I'm doing it. I'm just, yeah. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay. Can anyone name me any of these people who are in the screen here?
Anyone can
Any
name.
student? Anyone? No? Okay. Now does it ring a bell? So Travis Kalanick, Garen Graham, Kaivalya Ora, Aditya Palicha, Joe Gebbia and Brain Chesky. Doesn't ring a bell? Okay, let me move one more. Okay, now does it give you some understanding of who are they? They are the founders of the representative companies. Uber, which is one of the largest transport services providers of the world. Zepto is one of the most upcoming e-commerce company in India, wherein they promise to deliver the groceries in 10 minutes at your doorstep. And trust me, this Kaivalya Ora and Aditya Palicha are one of the biggest business magnates, and they are just 19 years old. And Joy Gebbia and Brain Chesky, they're the founders of Airbnb. So if you look at these are the companies, just giving an example, there are a lot of companies. But then if I'm talking about this particular companies, they all came into existence because of a problem. They had a lot of problems. So if I'm looking at Uber story, it was one of the design. There was a design seminar which was happening in Paris, which was one of the biggest event. Was that event? Kalnick came out, and it was a winter. It was a night of winter. They were not able to find a cab for themselves. So they both decided, and they thought, why can't we do something wherein through a mobile we can book an app, we can book a cab. So that is how Uber started. The story of Uber grew. Similarly, Zepto, it was earlier called as Kirana Cart. This company was started with an idea of saying that they picked up only one apartment. They had stored up the entire grocery set in one of the rooms. They made an app. They told we will distribute it to only to this particular apartment. That's the sample size which they took. Now, Zepto, the way it is grown, they are promising almost 1 million deliveries in 1 hour. That is their target. So others across India. So if I'm looking at the way the companies or the way we have evolved in terms of shopping, in terms of cars, in terms of watching movies, everything has been evolved. But then the same in the field of education. If you look at education also, earlier we had a classroom setup, which was a simple plain classroom setup. We had tables and chairs and students used to study. But then the way of teaching, now there is a lot of computers, there is a lot of real live examples which are coming into classrooms. Now I was in Dubai, another school in Dubai. It's called a Sharjah Indian. So they have adapted something like you see in these movies like augmented realities of Iron Man and everything. So those things have been implemented in the classroom where students can learn by visually looking at it. So what does it do for us? If we listen to any story from our teachers, there are students who would register for only few things, but then once it is visually represented, they have more attention and they would understand better. That is the age which we are moving to. If you look at India also, there are a lot of schools who have implemented these things. That is where we are moving in, wherein we have classroom, wherein we have a desk we have a tall table instead of students sitting and learning. What does it do? It will make students attentive, not to fall sleepy. Those things are coming into place. Or we have a classroom setup with an L shape. So these are the new things which has come into picture, wherein there is new way of learning. So that is the way which we are moving ahead, and that is the need of an hour, and that is the path which we are going to choose.
Excellent. Thank you, Mr. Shyam. Now I will request For the last question by Astha Luthra to Dr. Sabarwal, Dr. Munish Sabarwal, Dean, Galgotia University, Greater Noida. Over to you, Astha.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir. I, Astha Luthra from Lovely Public Senior Secondary School, feel privileged to be a part of this wonderful session. Sir, our principal, ma'am, Dr. Bhavna, always facilitates various career counseling sessions for all of us to ensure that we are before moving out, we are empowered and certain about our career options. So, sir, my question to you is that we have heard that universities are offering dual degrees and integrated courses of 5 years in which the MTech degree is given. I want to know whether the MNCs and other big companies in India or abroad are accepting this MTech degree.
Sir, you are on mute.
Yeah. So, Astha, you're right. That there are some universities that are offering dual degrees, like, not only dual degrees in the same domain, like BTech and MTech combined. The people are also offering degrees like BTech and MBA combined. Degrees of different domains are also combined together, and whether they are acceptable by corporates. Absolutely. One thing you must understand about the corporates is, in my 25 years of experience and helping students get placed in some of the best companies in the country, corporates would look at talent. And there are three very vital, things that the corporate look at. And that is, they would look at, number one is they would look at your aptitude, attitude, and communication skills. These are the three things they want from you. And a lot of people ask me that which is important out of the three. The most important is your communication skills. And do not mistake that good communication skills means good English. No, good communication skills means the ability of an individual to say clearly what he wants to say in any particular languages so that it reaches the other person's mind and heart. That is good communication skills, because it gives you clarity on what you want. And good communication skills also includes the ability to just sit down, shut up and listen. Because if you don't listen well, you cannot speak well. So this is point number one. Number two, what I have experienced is they are looking at good attitude. Every corporate wants people who are positive in attitude, people who have a hard-working mindset, people who have an attitude to experience new things, and people who will give their best shot if they are given a project. And aptitude, it is always important in life, but out of these three, it is last, because aptitude can be acquired. If you do not have, suppose, knowledge of Python, and you are put in a company and your knowledge of Python is weak, it takes 15, 20, 25, 40 days. You could acquire that knowledge. But how do you acquire, attitude? It comes from within. So remember, you should have good communication skills. Communication skills do not mean good. You should be very good at fluent at English speaking. It is your ability to, reach to the other people's heart and mind. And you should have a positive attitude. Nobody likes a person who, I take so many interviews on a weekly basis, and at the interview, asking a few questions, you could judge that this person doesn't have a positive attitude. And if he doesn't have a positive attitude, the amount of output you want to extract from a person, because it's a paid job, so it's very difficult. And you should maintain a good aptitude. But in some cases, it does happen that you land up in a job and you're working on a technology which probably you were not very highly skilled, because there is a limitation of the education system. It ideally should match the industry standard, but practically it does not. But if you have the right attitude, you will always, get your you acquire the aptitude and you would succeed. So I told you that is what the corporates look at. And another thing is, my suggestion, rather than doing a dual degree, always, prefer to do individually the master's, because, undergraduate is a 4-year course, and you would go through several cycles of your transformation during the course of 4 years. So deciding right today after class 12th that I'm going to do an MTech, I mean, it's too premature. You should do an undergraduate course. Once you complete it, you may have learned a lot of traits from that course, lot of, you would have gone through, understood a lot of things, and your mindset after, during the duration transforms. And, you could realize that, like, so many students come to our university doing a BTech, and during the course of the BTech, the student himself realizes that, look, to become a hardcore software engineer and do coding is not my cup of tea. I would rather stick to the IT industry, but in a different flavor, because IT industry does not mean only coders. IT industry requires people who will sell the software, requires people who will explain the software, requires management skills also. So at that point in time, you could decide, let's do a management in IT. So give yourself time. And a lot of people also come to me that, should I go for specialization in computer science or plain computer science? I tell them, if you are sure that artificial intelligence is something I'm going to do rest of my life, nothing else, go for it. And if you are unsure, go for plain computer science, learn a lot of subjects. In a year or so, you will understand there are always options to switch the degree. And even if you do not switch, you've got a BTech degree in computer science, and you can tell the people whom you're going for interview that, look, I've got a BTech degree in computer science, but I'm very good at AI. But do not commit, pre-commitment for a period of 5 to 6 years. I think better avoid it.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank
Yes.
you.
I think both the speakers are very good. I'm really thankful to Dr. Munish Sabharwal, Dean, Computer Science, Galgotia University. And I'm also very much thankful to Mr. Shyam Kumar, who came in a very short notice. He's heading the outreach. He's the outreach head of Vidyashilp University, Bangalore. I'm thankful to Mr. Rishit Gupta from Venkateshwar International School, Dwarka, New Delhi. I'm thankful to Siddharth Bhatnagar, Sun City School, Gurugram. I'm really thankful to Astha Luthra from Lovely Public School, Delhi, and Ishani Sarkar from DPS Siliguri. Thank you so much. This is Pranav Guha Thakurta from EDU TV, New Delhi. And see you soon again. Thank you so much. Bye, everyone.
Thank you.